All right, we're going to wrap this up with a topic that we delved into on the show today. We butted heads about it a little bit. Maybe we'll butt heads about it a little bit more. Dak Prescott, team-friendly deal. You seem to think he should do it. I think he should get every last penny. And I understand your point about the
And I get your point,
Cowboys.
too. I mean, I get it.
So I don't know, how do we resolve it? And let's summarize for anybody who didn't hear us. My point is get paid.
Yeah.
My point is it's not for the player to manage the salary cap. It's for the team to manage the salary cap. Peyton Manning followed that approach. Darrelle Revis followed that approach. Your point is, look, this guy can make a lot of other money as a marketing figure being the Cowboys quarterback. He also has a pathway straight into a broadcast booth when he's done. Now, he may not be good enough to stay, as Jason Witten found out, but you at least get your foot in the door when you have the star on your helmet. So there are some incidental benefits to being the Cowboys starting quarterback, but the question becomes, how do we fix the right per year salary for Dak Prescott? And we went over the range. You've got Derek Carr at 25. You've got Matthew Stafford at 27, Jimmy Garoppolo at 27.5, Kirk Cousins at 28, Matt Ryan at 30, and Aaron Rodgers at 33.5. Where do you put Dak Prescott in that range from 25 to 33.5?
Yeah, I know. And, I mean, what skewed things, too, and really messed up the market a little bit is guys like Jimmy Garoppolo, who have a very limited amount of playing time to this point, are getting $27.5 million. I mean, Dak Prescott's going to look at that contract and go, are you kidding me? I've been to the playoffs twice and won one playoff game as a starting quarterback, and Jimmy Garoppolo hasn't played a full season yet. Kirk Cousins, I think he's going to look at the same thing there, and they're going to go, his camp's going to go, are you kidding me? Kirk Cousins has been to the playoff once, and he lost that game at home. Okay, so that is going to be the tricky part of this discussion. Now, I do think if he got around that Jimmy Garoppolo, Matthew Stafford category, $27 million a year type number, yeah, I think that could be something that's fair for the Cowboys and Dak Prescott. Again, he's going to get jumped by guys coming up in the future, the Patrick Mahomes, the Deshaun Watsons, all of them are going to be in this conversation. Of course, Russell Wilson's going to get a new deal, all of that, to where 2 or 3 years down the road from now, making $27 million a year at the quarterback position is probably going to put you at like the 12th or 13th highest paid guy in the game. So I think that is where I look at it and make sense. Where I just don't want to say, or what I want to say and don't do, is I don't want to, Dak Prescott doesn't deserve to be in the conversation for the highest paid quarterback in football. He's not there with Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers. And to what you said, to make my point for me a little bit, is, you are the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. You have a team that's ready to win the Super Bowl right now. You can save a little money for your team. Is it going to be life-altering if you have $110 million in the bank as opposed to $125 million in the bank? I would argue no, but I know it's not my money and my decision to make. That's all I'm saying. And you mentioned, yes, the advertising that comes along with being the franchise quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. It's the most advertising job in all of professional football. I mean, you said it. You're a star when you're a quarterback of the Cowboys, to another level of compared to other stars at quarterback positions for other teams.
Yeah, I just don't know where this all comes down. I think that and it's got to be driven by the franchise tag to a certain point. We talked about this with DeMarcus Lawrence. It's not about the market. It's not about what others are making. It's about what your leverage gives you. And if they let him get through his rookie contract, it's very simple. It's $25 million the first year, $30 million the next year, $55 million fully guaranteed over the first 2 years, which is about $27.5, $28 million a year. That just kind of figures itself out by way of allowing the franchise tag process to initiate. And that's the risk the Cowboys are taking. So what they need to do is put a number on the table now that gets Dak Prescott to say, okay, I will trade in my ability to make $2 million this year and then activate the franchise tag dynamic. I will trade that in for whatever you're offering me. And it's a very simple business analysis. The question is, can they find a way to make the two sides and the two circles of that Venn diagram? Remember the Venn diagram when you were paying attention that day in school?
I was,
barely.
Circles,
all they have to do is this. They just have to kiss. They don't have to overlap. You don't have to have one within the other. All they have to do is kiss.
Yeah.
You like my visual effects?
That was very good. I mean, I don't really remember Venn diagram until you started explaining it, but yeah, I got you. Very good. Well done.
All right. I don't need those glasses. I have real glasses. All right. This is the kind of faux intellectual look that you need in order to properly figure. Boy, these are really dirty. In order to figure, I can't see. To figure out what Dak Prescott is going to get paid. It is not something that is going to go anyway. And you always look smarter when you. This is always the dramatic look. Like, hey, all right. We should wrap this up. I'm getting very giddy.
You're delirious.
Anyway, one last point before I go back to bed.
Yeah.
If you're Dak Prescott, Chris, do you wait to see what Russell Wilson does before you do your contract?
I don't think that should affect him. Again, I think Russell Wilson has proven himself to be in a little bit of a different stratosphere, a guy that's played in 2 Super Bowls, won one of them, been carrying his team to the playoffs for a lot of years. I don't want to say carrying his team, but of course been a starting quarterback for a playoff team for a whole lot of years. No, I don't think it should be. I think he needs to use arguments like Kirk Cousins, Jimmy Garoppolo, Matthew Stafford in his favor to go, I'm not sure any of those guys who are making 28, 27.5, and 27 million deserve to make more money than me. Matt Ryan at $30 million a year, yeah, I don't think Dak Prescott's in that class and shouldn't be there. So I think looking forward, I think, yeah, $27 million a year around that range makes sense for a Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys, especially the way you explained it out with the franchise tag and all those things.
So what if Russell Wilson gets a portion of his contract tied to a percentage of the salary cap? If he's able to get that, shouldn't Dak Prescott wait to see if that's available, and then maybe he tries to get the same thing, like it becomes a thing if one guy gets it?
Yeah, I mean, it certainly everybody would like it to become a thing. But again, I mean, that's where I just get into that other stratosphere question again to go, okay, I mean, are we really going to make like Dak Prescott the second quarterback in the history of the sport to get a percentage of this out? I know.
It doesn't have to be 20%. It can be, but whatever.
You're right.
It's just commensurate with what he's making, he's protected as the market continues to go up.
You're right, and then that makes a lot of sense in a lot of ways. And I guess if I was a quarterback, that's how you would protect yourself from that for that team-friendly deal. Okay, I'll give you a team-friendly deal. I'll take 20% of the salary cap, but when 20% is $8 million or $10 million more 2 or 3 years from now, I'd like to be fairly compensated for that. I certainly think that makes sense, and I do think that's going to happen to one of these quarterbacks here in the next few years for sure.
And let me tell you, if the guy who has only one NFL client manages to get that term, and that's Mark Rodgers, the agent, the baseball agent who represents Russell Wilson, and CAA is the next agency up with Dak Prescott behind Russell Wilson, how does CAA not move heaven and earth to try to get that term?
Yeah.
It's glaring if Russell Wilson gets that term with a baseball agent representing him, and the top football agency can't get that term for Dak Prescott, even at a lower percentage of the salary cap. So that's something to keep an eye on. And maybe that's an argument for Dak Prescott doing the deal first, so it isn't as glaring when Russell Wilson breaks that boundary of getting his compensation tied to a percentage of the salary.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.